With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
It's been a decade plus of dominance for the Marlington Dukes in the boys soccer backyard brawl. They look to keep it going tonight with the EBC title on the line. It's the Marlington Dukes and the Alliance Aviators up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hansen pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Here we go, live from the Marlington Soccer Complex in Alliance. This is OHSAA Boys Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Over 4,000 days have passed since the last time the Alliance Aviators have taken down the Marlington Dukes in boys soccer. Cooper, tonight might be the night that changes. These Aviators, a resilient bunch, they want to spoil the Marlington Dukes party, as keep in mind, with a win today or a West Branch loss, the Dukes are outright EBC champions.
Yeah, like you said, a resilient bunch here. Despite losing quite a bit of seniors last year, a lot of great defensive seniors as well, these Aviators are in any game that they play, no matter who they're playing, I would say.
And to give the full figure, 4,375 days have passed since that last victory. Any guesses on the year and the date?
4,000. No, I couldn't tell you.
October 8th, 2013 was the last time the Alliance Aviators beat the Marlington Dukes in a boys soccer game.
Wow, I was 4 years old. That's crazy.
It's been a long time coming for Alliance. They did have that early lead last year, courtesy of Ryder Bandy, and they look to do it again and just build from it. It'll be an interesting one today, as obviously this is the return of a quote-unquote prodigal son of Marlington, as Parker Woods, wearing the captain's armband for the Aviators tonight, will play his former team for the first time. And we are off to the races in Alliance, Ohio. The Aviators on the road today in their road white jerseys. Marlington in their home oranges. And speaking of oranges, we now have one on the center circle. Woods played in early. It's an early chance here for Alliance, but Brock Swisher easily scoops it up.
And that's what you love to see from the Aviators, being able to get an attacking chance very early into the game. Like you said, they had an early lead last year. Credits to Ryder Bandy. But ultimately, that attempt falling up just a little bit short. But to get out early would be the dream for the Aviators. They want an early lead, and they want to be able to hold it a little bit longer, at least than they did last year.
And the tough thing with last year's loss was they scored the opening goal 5 minutes in, then they parked the bus for the next 75 minutes.
Yeah, and when you're the Aviators and when you're in a position like that, you can't be content with just a 1-0 lead. You want to be able to add a little bit more to that cushion and make yourself feel at least a little bit more confident, not just 1 point, because for the Marlington Dukes, 1 point is nothing to them.
Shannon squares it through and poked away by the Aviators for now. Riley will try it again. Some good pressure by the Aviators, but not enough. Danny in on the challenge. It will go out of play, and it looks to be the first corner of the evening.
And Jackson Ganny, someone whose name we called quite a bit against Louisville. His defense was very strong. He was like a brick wall, not allowing anything to get through, making it no easier than it had to be, and definitely making it harder now with the corner kick for the Dukes.
And I will say this game did start early at 5:55 opposed to 6. Supposed to be a 7 o'clock start, so an hour and 5 ahead of schedule technically. Ball played inside the 18-yard box, a chance for an early goal for the Dukes. But they go too close to the end touch line. Ganny able to clear it up the pitch. Marlington having to reset the opportunity.
And there he is, Jackson Ganny again, just there to make the play and there to clear it out for the Aviators, which will give them a goal kick now. Huge, able to shut down that quick opportunity for the Dukes.
And you talk about the goalkeepers on display tonight. Cole Pasco on the right and Brock Swisher on the left. Potentially the two best shot stoppers in the Eastern Buckeye Conference.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about them so much, not even on their own team's broadcast. I mean, we could be broadcasting Alliance girls soccer, and somehow we'll get on the topic of Brock Swisher and Cole Pasco. They are really just two incredible players.
Good ball over the top here for the Marlington Dukes. A chance for an early strike, and it'll go over the bar for a goal kick, but very nearly an early opener for Andrew Frederick.
And that was a great opportunity there for the Dukes, just a little bit over the top. However, I think even if it were in play, Cole Pasco with the height and the athleticism would have likely been able to make the stop.
And Ganny will send this one up the pitch on the goal kick, leading Woods in stride, but easily intercepted by the Marlington Dukes. And they will try and work another attack, aggressive early as expected. And same with the Aviators, physicality shown on the far side. Ball played to the top of the 18-yard box, settled by Iden Tate. Takes a deflection, Frederick, he is offside. But at point blank, Pasco able to still make the save.
Yeah, what a great play by Pasco. He was using his eyes there. He is so fast to get to that ball. Like you said, point blank range, and Pasco still got on top of it. And like you mentioned, the physicality we're seeing early there, that was Lincoln Reese with a little pushing and shoving. You can expect this one to get chippy for sure.
It's a rivalry for a reason, and I would expect nothing less. We saw it last year, the fans getting involved, a lot of them on the far side. Expect them, especially as we get into the second half, to really be vocal. I think even more so in the second half. This is an awkward time to get here, especially for a rivalry game. So I think once we hit halftime, the stands will be completely packed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you talk about a crosstown rivalry. These teams are only, like 5 miles away maybe? It's really, really close, and this is called the Backyard Brawl, and it's the Backyard Brawl across every sport because they're always so competitive. It's always a great game to watch.
Second corner of the evening for the Dukes. Play to the back post. Not a strong enough touch. Still there, though, for Marlington. They look for their first real big shot onside. And there it is. Saved by Pasco. Still a loose ball picked up by Parker Woods. And there is the clearance for the Aviators.
Again, Cole Pasco able to make the play, but not able to secure the ball. A little scare for the Aviators, but luckily their defense was strong enough to clear it out.
Here goes D'Angelo Fisk has a shot here, but it is picked up by Brock Swisher. I think that deflection, albeit leading Fisk in stride, really gave Brock enough time to adjust and easily make that stop.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is if that deflection is a little bit shorter and D'Lo has time to get a touch on it, that could be another great opportunity for the Aviators to score.
Lincoln Masters on the far side able to draw a foul, and it'll be a free kick for the Aviators. Now 5 minutes in, no score. The bulk of the opportunities falling to Marlington, but still that early chance for the Aviators, just unable to really get anything going. But kind of surprised that the first shot of the game did come from Parker Woods.
Yeah, but like you said, only 5 minutes in, it has still already been full of activity. Shots from both teams so far, like you said, and I think it's definitely going to be very competitive. You said that these Aviators are a competitive bunch, and that is no lie.
Taylor on the near side, a very tremendous freshman season for him so far. 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 goal contributions. He has been on fire for the Aviators in his first campaign in the Aviator Light Blues. And he could be a key guy going forward. He's a short player, but the way that he plays on the wing, all he needs is his pace, and he uses that really well.
Yeah, he's possibly I think he is the strongest freshman on the team, but you have to mention the other freshman, also named Chase Patrick, who sometimes plays goalie, but he has also made some great contributions to this team. I believe one of the games that we watched, he came in the second half and still shut out the other team. I mean, he's another incredible player. I think he'll be great to follow Cole Pasco once Cole graduates.
I believe that was the Carrollton game, if I'm not mistaken. Good clearance by the Aviators. 33:40 on the clock in the first half. No score on SmeeSports. Once again, this is the Backyard Brawl, a very fierce rivalry, and another good opportunity. Good pace on the near side, squared in, but Ganny in on the deflection, and he will force the third corner of the match for Marlington.
and it looked like it was Chase Patrick, the freshman we were just talking about, who took a trip there. And that's one of the things that you'll see a little more often with these grass fields that Marlington has. Last time we were here, we saw Streetsboro boys, and it was muddy out, or at least a little wet, and people were slipping and falling a lot there for sure.
And talk us through these field conditions, Cooper. As you were down on the field taking pictures before the game, I'm seeing a lot of blemishes. I'm seeing the mud pits inside the 6-yard boxes, and I'm sure down below you did get to see those dugouts.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, you can see the mud pits inside the 6-yard box, and most of that's from Cole falling down during the warm-ups. And, I go down there, like you said, a lot of blemishes. The jerseys that both teams are wearing are very similar, at least for the goalies, I think. And Cole has brown smudges all over his jersey because of the dirt that you see on the field. And I don't know if it was the best decision for the Aviators to wear their white jerseys today, as they're probably going to get dirty, especially with a matchup like this.
Probably. That's a guarantee. I would be shocked if we see any clean jerseys when this one is all said and done. But now the fourth corner of the match, Ganny doing a good job. He's comfortable. Can he start winning throw-ins instead? I say winning. It's more conceding, but still, it's a win to get that throw-in.
Yeah, rather than a set piece, which, as we've seen, is very dangerous for this Dukes bunch.
Calic lets it roll to the far side. It's Lincoln Reese. Plays it up the middle, up to Ryder Bandy. He had the opener last year at Rock Hill. That time too much out in front as Shoemaker, the junior, able to clear his lines. And Marlington back pressing once more. Andrew Frederick on the far wing trying to develop attack, but still not too many Dukes getting forward.
Yeah, Frederick had that first attack of the game, had a great opportunity against Cole Pasco, but ultimately just fell a little bit short. And like you said, not too many Dukes able to get through. I think a lot of that is due to Jackson Ganny. Like you said, he's been a brick wall, but if he can just concede some throw-ins rather than corner kicks, as we're seeing right now, I know that wasn't Jackson Ganny on defense.
That was Masters.
That was Masters, but still, that would be great for this Aviators defense.
Corner taken into the middle of the 6-yard box, right across the face of goal. But the whistle blows early, and it'll be an easy opportunity to clear the lines for the Aviator defense. I believe they're going to say some kind of foul in the box. Maybe a push-off to try and create that space. I don't think it went out of bounds first.
No, I don't believe so, and we saw some of the referees getting mic'd up earlier. I think that may just be so they can talk to each other rather than into the PA system, but into the PA system would be nice, a little more clarification on some of these calls.
We had that over at Akron Ellet High School a couple weeks ago during Friday Night Lights, which was very nice. A big surprise as well. Fisk, good Cruyff turn in the center of the park, tries playing it up to Woods, deflected in the middle, and it's the big man Frederick getting on the end of it, plays it towards Shannon, but Riley knew he was offside, so it does not matter. But before the game, we did catch up with Clayton Cowgill, the head coach of the Marlington Dukes, and I asked him, how does it feel to play against Parker Woods, a guy that has been in this system for a number of years? And he said, it's weird seeing him in that Alliance Aviator jersey. There's no bad blood. There's nothing there. That narrative shouldn't even begin to start. It's all love between the two parties. As he said, it's just really weird seeing him in that jersey, and he had one of his coaches at the Louisville game on Thursday, and same thing. They're just so used to him being in the Marlington orange that seeing him in the powder blues, it's really a culture shock, but still, he wishes him the best, and he definitely did harp on how good of a kid that Parker is all the way around.
Yeah, glad to hear that there's no animosity there, and especially you'll see that a little more at the professional level when a player leaves a team, somewhere that they've been for quite a long time. Maybe there becomes a bit of a rivalry, but it's great to hear that there is no bad blood, like you said, between Parker Woods and the Marlington Dukes.
However, we'd have to go to Coach Evanich and the baseball coach at Marlington to hear their thoughts on the situation in winter and spring.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Parker Woods, he's got the height. I think he's going to be a great contributor for Alliance basketball this season, especially with so many great seniors leading the way for them.
Close to getting a second.
Yeah, I mean, Cole Pasco really came off his line. That ball only took one bounce. I mean, that was a monster from Brock Swisher.
Do we expect anything less from him? Absolutely not.
No, like we said at the beginning, I mean, him and Cole Pasco, just two incredible players here in the EBC. Definitely ones to watch out for. This game is going to be great, at least for those two.
Shannon, beautiful cut inside towards the 18-yard box. Still loose. Boxed back in, off of Brasted, and it goes right back to Pasco.
Yeah, nearly a scary bounce there. Luckily, it didn't have very much speed on it. Pasco able to make the easy scoop and roll it into the midfield.
Lincoln Masters out to the wing. Beautiful one-touch forward, trying to pick up Taylor with a pass from Patrick. Just not strong enough to get that chase duo activated quite yet. Calic in the middle has Woods up the right wing. In the center has D'Angelo Fisk. On the near side has Chase Taylor. Still, it's Calic. He will whip it inside the 18-yard box. Beautiful ball, and D'Angelo Fisk able to get a head on it, but not strong enough, and it'll go out of play for a goal kick. But the Alliance Aviators starting to inject some life into their offense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was a great chance there that they had. Caden Calic using his speed to just get outside. He crosses it in, and it's a great opportunity for D'Angelo Fisk, who's been using his head. I think his head has been a little morphed to his helmet as he's been on the football team kicking for them, which has been going great for him, I might add.
And if you are D'Angelo Fisk, this is a true redemption game. You have to have this one tonight. He did have the penalty against Louisville, but then the second one saved. And that was the difference in the game.
I think this is a get-back game for him. He wants to find his rhythm again. And I think this is also a big game for Parker Woods. He wants to prove himself to the Marlington Dukes organization. Not like it's like I said, a bad blood thing, but he still wants to show off his skills for, his former coaches.
So 27-10 on the clock in the first half. No score. A couple of chances so far, and another one potentially brewing, but too far out in front, and Cole Pasco picks it up. And right now, I think both sides are more balanced than they were last year. Marlington, they were playing from the back foot immediately. I feel like if this match is tied at the half, this would give us a better second half than a game that even Alliance would lead. I feel like if Marlington takes a lead here, they're not going to lose it, especially at home.
Yeah, especially at home. I mean, this is a very unique place for a soccer field. They're right behind their horticulture career tech program. There's so much flora and fauna around, and it's almost like it's a beautiful garden. I mean, you look at it, this definitely is a home field advantage for the Marlington Dukes, especially with the grass turf. Like you said, if they get the lead out early, I don't think they're going to let it up.
And that's the biggest piece of physicality that we have seen all day. An excellent tackle from Max Nichols. But it goes out of play in favor of the Aviators, and so does that one, this time off the shoulder of Tommy Miller. Moments ago, we did see TJ Guest sub in. He started for Frederick in that Streets program. Glad to see Andy Frederick is back and healthy, as so far he has been a catalyst as a true number 9, albeit wearing number 20 for the Marlington Dukes tonight.
And like you said, Max Nichols, I believe against that Streetsboro game, did he have 2 or did he have 3 goals?
2.
I remember he had a great game that game, though.
Good interception by Iden Tate and a nice through ball. Pasco staying inside his 18-yard box, easily picks it up. But as this game has progressed so far, Cooper, you're seeing it on your screen, I'm sure. That is not going to stay aqua. Is that the best color description for it? It's not going to stay whatever color it's supposed to be for long.
No, absolutely not, especially as the teams get more opportunities inside, put more balls out there. Cole's going to be on the ground a lot more, and I'm sure so is Brock.
And right now, my biggest takeaway through 15 minutes, Marlington, they're building a lot of great chances. That through ball is just too powerful.
Yeah, just a bit. Like you said, a lot of great chances so far, but a little too powerful. Or for a lot of these, it's been shut down by Ganny or Masters, able to concede a corner, but then inside the 18-yard box, they've been clamping it up.
And no surprise at all just to see the defense is really putting their best foot forward in this matchup so far. You expect nothing less from 2 top-tier defenses, and that could be a handball, an awkward kind of move. They're a very bold one as well.
Yeah, maybe the ref, I think it hit his shoulder, but his arm was definitely swinging out there. Chase Patrick, close call for sure.
Shannon tries cutting it in, takes out Ganny, but it's a clean play. It's the ball that hit him in the shin. Still with Marlington, a chance for them to develop this attack more. Tommy Miller. And he will send it back to his defense, and there is the through ball forward. Nice little poke on the far side. Marlington trying to get through, able to get past Reese, and there is one of the first slips of the game, and it comes at a big time in this potential attack. Ganny, another good challenge. Here's the big chance, another tip. It does not matter. Cole Pasco able to time it up and make the save.
Yeah, a little pinball action in between there for the Dukes. Ultimately not able to come away with it as Cole Pasco falls on top of the ball. Great play by Cole Pasco and great play by the Aviator defenders, not allowing that ball to get through so easily.
Chase Patrick taken down from behind. They will say play on. Shooty takes it from range, and it goes right to Brock Swisher.
And Shooty has a big leg, as we know. Last year, he was the kicker for the football team. However, he has relinquished that position to D'Angelo Fisk. Shooty maybe just needed a little more air on it, and that'd be a better opportunity, but I think Swisher would have saved it anyway.
Heavy challenge there by Patrick, unable to get on the end of it. And that looked like he did hit off a fist for a second. And there's the physicality continuing. It's all ball. It just looks really physical from up here. Another good chance for the Marlington Dukes. And at long last, the flag does go up. So another great sequence interrupted by offside.
And like you said, another example of the physicality. That was Jackson Brasted, and I think we talked about it in the Louisville game. Jackson Brasted, sometimes it's not a matter of who's more physical. It's literally just a battle of height out there. But JB, we love him very much here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. He plays with his heart over his height. I mean, he's great.
Ganny trying to box out. There's the chance. Nichols, a good poke, but right into the awaiting arms of Cole Pasco. Now 22:30 remaining in this first half. Marlington still with the bulk of the chances so far, as you would expect from this matchup, at least based on the chalk that we have seen. But Alliance, they have had two good chances so far, and both kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's definitely good to see that the Aviators are able to pull these quick runs or these quick sequences just almost out of thin air, I would say. And it's definitely great for them as they need more opportunities going forward if they want to win against the Dukes. Like you said, they haven't won since 2013. I think they'll be able to stay in this game. Like you said, scoreless at the half, it'll be much more interesting than if one team is leading the first half.
There has been a draw since then, and I believe that was back in 2019. But Coach Calgill, talking to him, he's been here for a good while now. I believe over a decade. 2015 was his first season. Hasn't lost to the Alliance Aviators. But last year, the conference, that was split. That was the big one last year. Kind of controversial. People were saying, hey, Marlington beat them. Why don't they get the conference? Alliance did a little bit more outside of it. Alliance, they are out of contention for the EBC this year as they are 2-1-1. A win here, 3-1-1. 4-1 for Marlington, still enough to win the conference. And we do have a whistle on the far side. And it'll be a free kick for the Alliance Aviators.
Again, a little clarification there would be great if we had the microphones hooked up to the PA system. But either way, throw-in for the Aviators on the far sideline.
And a good header forward.
Yeah.
Getting on to Shooty. Shooty just trying to break through a couple pinballs, and he is still on the end of it. He pokes it inside that 18-yard box, and Miller able to clear it away for at least a moment. Calic gets it in the meantime. He will take a low driven, intercepted just outside the 18-yard box. Tommy Miller, plenty of pace. There's his through ball. Ganny on the end of it, able to poke it forward. And Alliance will rest a little bit easier. And on top of that, Sander Kern, a couple of nice moves to get out of a couple of big challenges from the Marlington Dukes.
And like you mentioned, a great opportunity there for the Aviators set up by Jacob Shooty. He was looking inside for Chase Taylor, ultimately just didn't put it high enough over that defender, and it was intercepted. But still, like you said, another great opportunity for the Aviators, kind of out of nowhere.
And now we are officially halfway through the opening 40 minutes at the Marlington Soccer Complex. A couple of big chances for both teams, but no goals yet. And kind of surprising just given how impressive these offenses have been this year. And even Marlington's defense, they have been outstanding, and same with Alliance. The last game, 3-2 on the road at Field, but before that, a 9-0 victory over Youngstown Ursuline. The goals, they have been coming, and they have been very plentiful. Caden Calic plays it to the right back, Lincoln Reese. Reese up the wing, nobody home, intended for Fisk, and instead it will find a Marlington fan.
And just like at the Rock Hill Soccer Complex, you have fans just lining up out the woodwork with their folded chairs along the sideline. It's really great to see all the fans come out for a crosstown rivalry. I believe we talked about it nearer the beginning, but the fans are definitely going to be out today. Even more, I think, in the second half.
A pseudo sold-out crowd, if you will. I don't think necessarily sold out, as I don't think there was ever a limit on tickets, but that far side is filling out quite nice, especially for a rivalry game. Shooty losing possession. Shoemaker plays it up the far wing. A good ball. TJ Guess on the end of it for the Marlington Dukes. Their first chance in a good while. Ball squared in. Ganny deflects. And it'll be another corner kick for the Marlington Dukes. And once again, just like that attack, the first one in a little while.
Corner kick, Marlington.
And if Ganny can just get control of that ball with a nice touch, he won't have to concede the corner there, and they'll be able to clear it out. But ultimately, it's another corner for the Marlington Dukes. However, the Alliance Aviators have been shutting down the corners for the Dukes pretty well so far.
And Marlington, they will play it on shorts. The Dukes, they want this early lead. Square to the near side, it's Tommy Miller. Miller lets it go behind, and he will pick it up on the wing. Sander Kern with the defense. Miller able to get plenty of separation. He will whip it inside the 6-yard box, but picked up by Cole Pasco once again.
And Cole Pasco looking like a defensive back out there, just making the read, getting on it, getting in front of any Marlington Dukes that were looking to score that, and he just snags it right out of the air. I mean, beautiful play by Cole Pasco, coming off his line and just yanking the ball out of the air.
And as we are over halfway through this first half, not much really to say other than a good defensive battle by both teams. The midfield, I don't think as influential as we really thought heading in.
Yeah, I mean, for the Aviators, I think a big piece right now has been Cole Pasco being able to, well, do what Cole Pasco does.
Right on cue.
And for the Dukes, their back line of defense has just been incredible, really not allowing anything to even get to Brock Swisher so far, but still great opportunities coming from both teams, more from the Dukes, but I think it's going to be a much closer game than many fans were expecting.
And I would agree. I mean, this could easily become a big win for the Marlington Dukes, and same with the Alliance Aviators. It just depends on who gets the opening goal, if there is a goal tonight, and how they respond. And the reason why I say how they respond is simple. If Alliance comes out here and scores and then parks the balls like they did last year, all it takes is one Marlington goal, and they have all the momentum they need. Opposite way, Alliance ties it, that's a different story.
Yeah, and we know just how fast the Dukes can get the ball rolling. We really saw it against Streetsboro. They caught fire nearly up until that 6th goal when they had a little bit of a roadblock, but still, the Dukes are able to catch momentum so rapidly, and so are the Aviators. I mean, Coach Leipley is a great coach. He's also a great science teacher. You know, he's someone who, as an Alliance student, he's someone who you see around interacting with the community a lot, and he's a great guy. And I know that at halftime, whether they're winning or losing, he's going to give the message to his team and tell them what needs to be done, the changes that need to be made if they want to win.
A whole host of Aviators coming out of the game. It's Braisted, Taylor, and Schutte subbing out. Woods in along with Kager. And then I believe one more coming in as well. I believe Kager, Kern, and Woods.
I should have been paying a little more attention. The throw-in from Woods, looking for Bandy.
Nice ball in there, and just once again cleared away by the Marlington Dukes. Kern, a heavy touch, plays it to the top of the 18-yard box. Nobody home, and it is picked up by Taylor. But once again, just intercepted in the middle.
Yeah, Taylor was trying to work it inside for D'Angelo Fisk, who, if I'm not mistaken, has the most goals on the team this year
12.
for the Aviators, with 12. But ultimately, like you said, just intercepted by the Dukes. Their backline of defense has been very strong so far.
Kager plays it inside the 18-yard box. A weak clearance from Ganny, and a stronger one getting out of the vicinity for now. Miller able to intercept. Central, Iden Tate. Tate pokes it on through Frederick in the vicinity. Now Kager plays it on back, and there is the clearance once again by Chase Patrick. Now down to the final 15 minutes of the opening 40. And still nothing from either offense. A couple of good chances, a couple of good saves, but this is a true rivalry game, and it's playing like one as well. And once we do have an update from West Branch Salem, that will really give us an extra layer to this matchup. If Salem is winning, then the pressure is off of Marlington. If West Branch is winning, the pressure is on.
Yeah, and that is you don't want to say it, but then this is a must-win game for the Dukes if they want to clinch the EBC right here, right now.
They need a point at least from this one to get it outright. They already have at least a share of it. That's the thing. They have a share of it. But can they get the whole thing? I know last year still rubs them the wrong way as they felt like they deserved the conference outright. And I think there's an easy argument to make that, okay, yeah, a tiebreaker really should give them the conference. But in the end, it did not, and they split it between themselves and a team they knocked out of the playoffs in the Alliance Aviators. Good poke on forward. Kager on the near wing. Light touch goes right back to the Marlington Dukes, and Marlington's counter is on. Coleman led up the near wing. 2 Dukes inside the 18-yard box. Best chance of the day so far, and Ganny is there to deny.
And Ganny, we've said it quite a few times, but he has just been there, able to stop any runs that the Dukes have been trying to go on. His defense has been stout.
Hoffman up the wing and nobody home. And it'll roll out of play, and it'll go for an Alliance throw-in. 13:30 left to go in the opening 40. Still no score. And as the whistle blows, we will see a substitution. And coming on for the Alliance Aviators, that is Jackson Masters. So I believe that'll see both Masters on the pitch at the same time as Lincoln Reese subs out.
And with the Alliance Aviators team, you just see so many of these sibling duos. Last year, you had Cam Jones and Jace Jones, as well as Mason Kager and Logan Kager. And now this year, you have still the Masters brothers, Lincoln and Jackson.
And it'll be a throw in here for the Marlington Dukes. Played inside that 18-yard box. Ganny with the header getting it away. And poked away still by Patrick. But yet it's still in that vicinity. And it'll be a throw in. And I feel like right now, Marlington is starting to put Alliance on the ropes, even though Alliance does get this ball back. How comfortable do you think Alliance is right now with this result?
Well, I think that the Dukes really have brought the pressure, especially as the second half begins to come to a close. Only 12 minutes left now. But I think they have to be happy with the way that they've been defending a lot of these shots.
And speaking of defense, that's an excellent effort by Ganny getting in there. Otherwise, that would have been a clear opportunity for Max Nichols again. And Nichols so far this year, 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 goal contributions.
Yeah, but as I was saying, I think the Aviators, they have to be at least content with the way that they've been defending a lot of these corners.
Taking to the edge of that 18-yard box, it's Miller. Miller losing it, and back to the Aviators, and there is the clearance.
And there's another clearance from the Aviators. Ultimately, the Dukes have not been able to capitalize on any of the set pieces that they've been given here by the Aviators. I think the Aviators have to be happy with the way that they've been defending so far.
Nichols whips it in, reverbs right back out to the Dukes, and Ganny, another heavy clearance. And I mean, you add that hair in, he is truly playing like a prime David Luiz for Brazil, PSG, Arsenal, Chelsea, you name it.
And that ball just barely out. D'Lo was looking to keep it in on the far side. Would have been a great opportunity for the Aviators to get that first goal on the board with only 11 minutes left, but ultimately just a little too much on it, and it falls out of bounds.
Now, Cooper, are you too young to remember or even know David Luiz?
I don't know who that is, and especially not as a large soccer fan myself. I can't say I know who that is.
You're missing out, man. You're missing out here. I want to pull it up on my end here to show you. And now you can kind of see it.
Yeah. Maybe a little Anderson Varejao. That's my ballpark.
Andy Varejao, I'll give you that with a comparison there. The hair is the same, and to be fair, they're both Brazilian, so there's some ball knowledge in there. There is some, in a long-winded sense, there is.
Yeah, I'm definitely bigger in the basketball than soccer. Unfortunately, I know I'm missing out. Soccer is a great sport, and it's been amazing being able to watch so many soccer games as well as broadcast so many of them here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. But I'm really excited for basketball season.
Parker Woods ready to throw this one inside the 18-yard box. It's a laser, and it'll go out of play for a goal kick.
He was looking for Ryder Bandy there, who did contribute the first goal in this Backyard Brawl last year. But ultimately, like you said, an absolute laser beam just kind of flew out of bounds there. And another opportunity just comes up short for the Aviators. But I think for the Aviators, they've had some good opportunities so far, and they've shut down all the Dukes' opportunities.
And you heard it moments ago, the Duke student section for the first time today gives some regards to Parker Woods. They let him know on that one. And I think that'll just become more and more of a factor as this game goes on. How he shuts that out is really going to decide how he plays in this matchup. Kager on the near wing, 9:20 left to go in the opening 40. Poked through Patrick. To the edge of the box, it's Woods. Woods trying to box out. Going back to Ryder Bandy. Bandy, the low driven. Deflected out by Talon Siders. And to the center it goes, as it'll be picked up by a newcomer and Marcus Ramos, the junior. An excellent year for him. Didn't start on the varsity roster, but 6 goals, 4 assists. He has been great since stepping into the big time. Loose ball, Shannon possesses. He will take the shot from range. And Cole Pasco, a textbook save once again.
And there we talked about at the beginning, Cole Pasco getting down and dirty in the dirt field here at the Marlington Soccer Complex. Cole Pasco, he's been making plays all day for the Aviators. He's been making plays all season, all his career. I mean, Cole Pasco, like you said, textbook there.
And this is his last Backyard Brawl as a member of the boys soccer team. He wants this one to count. He still has 2 more for basketball, so I'm sure he is very excited for those, especially given how last year went.
Yeah, they had a big win last year to close out the EBC, if I'm not mistaken.
And to close out the entire Marlington student section as well, technically. The Dukes still trying to battle in. Ganny, another good stop. And there's the clearance, but tipped away by Aiden Tate. Tate so far this year, 10 goals, 4 assists. No goal bigger than his penalty that earned a point against a very talented Revere squad. And in the Gasket rankings, Marlington coming in at number 3 this week. Alliance now 11 behind Northwest. So a lot to prove still. A heavy challenge, but it's all ball, and we will continue. Marlington's player is a little shaken up, but still with the Aviators. Kern, a heavy touch, cleared away by Siders. And once again, it is Ganny coming up to possess. Now Parker Woods, heavily defended by the Dukes tonight. They don't want him to be involved in this matchup at all. Patrick, heavy touch once again, and Siders able to take advantage. Loose header in the center of the park. Kern tips it to the wing, picked up by Riley Shannon. Shannon, a nice poke up to Nichols, and the Marlington Dukes once again with a great opportunity. Nichols squares it, loose ball on the back post, but not enough on the lunging effort from Andy Frederick.
Wow, I mean, that was nearly dangerous for the Aviators, but ultimately, it may have been the grass not giving him enough leverage, or just the ball came in a little too fast, but the Dukes just come up a little bit short on a great scoring opportunity there.
And once again, there come the cheers from the far side, courtesy of the student section. But what an attempt by Frederick. He did everything right. But an even better pass from Nichols. I mean, that was perfectly played in. That is the definition of being a true winger, creating opportunities just like that.
Yeah, and the Aviators had a few good opportunities inside over there. I think ultimately just a little bit of hesitation on making that extra pass could have, if they were able to do that rather, could have led to them getting some much better goal opportunities, or maybe even scoring and opening this game up.
Ganny tries clearing, hit away for a moment by Nichols. Still plenty of work to do. Plays it back inside the 18-yard box. Loose ball back to Tommy Miller. And once again, it's a great opportunity for the Dukes. Squared inside. Braystead pokes it. And there is the clearance by Patrick. Now it settles in the middle with Bandy. And it'll be played on back, but Alliance, at least for the time being, for a brief moment, clears their lines. And there's a slip, but they do call it a foul. And it'll be a free kick for the Marlington Dukes. This is the first free kick that you could potentially start to think about a shot. I still think too far out in a game like this.
Yeah, but some great play by JB inside there, just poking it out. Ultimately, though, to no avail as the Dukes get a free kick, and this could be dangerous for them.
And you look at who the Alliance Aviators have coming in. Reese and Calic, 2 defenders, waiting to sub in. And that's big for them right now. Marlington trying to take the lead, and they do! It's a set-piece missile for Marlington, and they are on the board! What a strike by Aiden Tate!
That was an incredible shot there, just out of reach of Pasco. Pasco, an incredible athlete, very tall. He's got the vertical leaping ability, but, I mean, wow. The placement on that ball has to be just right to be out of touch of Cole Pasco. I mean, Cole Pasco is definitely shaken up after that. That's a ball that he wanted, and honestly, that's a ball that I was hoping he might be able to get as an Alliance fan, but I mean, wow, to say the least.
Goal number 11 on the year for Aiden Tate, and my goodness, that was perfectly nuzzled into the top corner. It's advantage Marlington 5 minutes away from halftime, and it'll go to the Dukes. They want another in quick succession. Shannon bumps into Ganny. He still tries to box out. Shannon wins it in the end. Yet again, ladies and gentlemen, that is a clean hit. So is that. Shannon, he will play it in. The Dukes looking for an early brace. Not going to get it.
And Nichols looked like he got a piece of Reese there, just going for the ball. But
and now he got a piece of Ryder Bandy in the center of the park. And there's some good sportsmanship between the two as Nichols helps up Bandy.
You know, despite the physicality, despite the rivalry, you do like to see the good sportsmanship there between two good players.
But going back to that goal, that is disgustingly good.
Yeah, that was, I hate to admit it as a Aviators fan, but I mean, absolutely incredible.
Ball put at the top of the 18-yard box. Alliance in desperate search of an answer before halftime. Calic, he will take the chance from long range, and it is away from Brock Swisher. But I think I did kind of call it as well, Cooper. I'm like, hey, Calic and Reese, they're not in. And that's when Marlington took the shot that took advantage of the defense not being there. And
Yeah.
boom.
I mean, it's great to see. You know, they have the IQ there. That was the smart play to make. Is when you have some of those physical defenders and some of those good defenders like Caden Calic, Lincoln Reese not in the game, you have to take advantage of that. You have to attack at the holes in the Aviators game, or at least in their roster, who is or is not in the game for them.
But ladies and gentlemen, this one is still far from over. Plenty of time for the Alliance Aviators. But the Dukes, they want a second before halftime. Beautiful ball played in. Nichols trying to get on the end of it. Pasco there just before him. Very nearly a second. Bandy in a Bermuda Triangle of Dukes loses it. Frederick tries poking into the wing, going for Guest, deflected. And yet again, there's Ganny with another big clearance. Truly, he is playing like David Luiz tonight. A true leader as a center back.
They're going to call a handball there on Parker Woods, it appears. Although, if I may interject, it did look like it went off his face. Although not the best angle to view from that far side.
Now Ganny heads that one back right to Frederick and out of play for a goal kick. And Marlington immediately giving some instructions, and I think it's an instruction that was obviously he's up here. Keep pushing. They want another.
Yeah, and a second goal for them could be huge, at least going into the half.
That was enough to win last year.
Yeah.
And they think the same exact thing tonight. Nichols playing it physically on the far side, just able to keep it in play, tiptoeing the touchline, but picked up by Reese, and there is the clearance for the Alliance Aviators.
And just like you said, Lincoln Reese, one of those defenders that was not in when the free kick was scored. Lincoln Reese, a great defender. Caden Calic, also a great defender. Two seniors, two leaders on this Alliance Aviators team that have been making all the more difference when they're playing.
Beautiful throw into the edge of the 18-yard box. It is Ramos squaring it in. There is the chance, but easily picked up by Cole Pasco, and whoever took that shot shaken up. And that is Andy Frederick. And the clock will stop with $1:29 left to go in the first half. We know Frederick already did have a knock earlier on this season. And he will shake off the sub. The coaches want him to come out. It would be Coleman coming in. Frederick saying no, but he will be overruled.
Sub for Marlington.
And I think it's the right choice. If he's any bit shaken up, give him a second to rest. I think Marlington, they'd rather have him for the remaining 40 minutes than just have him for another 89 seconds.
And like you said, he did have that knock earlier. I believe that was actually before the game against Streetsboro that he got injured, and you really do not want to see him re-aggravate that, especially if you're the Marlington Dukes in a rivalry game here, a close rivalry game at that.
And we'll look to get an update on his status. I'm sure we'll see it if he's in warm-ups or not. Otherwise, we'll try and get some ears on how he is doing and update you once that happens. And that will be after the half. Calic, a touch there behind. It'll be play on. It's a one-on-one chance. Pasco with an excellent save. The ball's still in the vicinity. The second chance for Ramos also denied. That time a defender in front of Pasco. And the Aviators are able to dispel of the danger. Initially, Calic had that foul. They said continue. Pasco, an excellent save, denying TJ Guess of his fourth goal of the season.
And Pasco, he's been putting in the work today. One goal let through, but ultimately, I can't say that's on him. I mean, that was an absolutely incredible goal. I mean, Pasco still, he's very dirty. Definitely more dirty than Brock Swisher, as not much has been able to get through on the Duke side against Brock Swisher.
And the clock is quickly winding down. Final 20 seconds of the opening 40. Marlington, they want that pressure amped up a little bit more as this one is coming to a close, at least for now. The Aviators just boxing out. There's not enough time for them unless they completely do a 180 and fly up the pitch. But it looks like this will be the final act of the first half. Bandy plays it forward, nobody home. And Brock Sisher will see this one out for halftime. Iden Tate with the wonder strike puts Marlington on the board with 5:03 on the clock. And that is the only word put in by either offense in the opening 40 minutes. Marlington, they have won this match every year since 2013, and they are 40 minutes away from doing it again. You are watching OHSAA Boys Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors and be back on in a few minutes as we will have full coverage of the second half live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, information is on your screen on how you can do that. Cooper, I'll toss things over to you. Walk us through that first half.
I mean, it was a great first half for both teams. Great defensive battles for the Aviators. It was mostly Cole Pasco doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Like we mentioned a few times, the dirt here, the dirt field. Cole got pretty dirty in the first half. Brock Swisher not so much, but still the Alliance Aviators offense putting up a good fight. The Marlington Dukes back on of defense, able to hold them down. But ultimately it came
what a tackle!
Holy smokes. But it came down to Iden Tate with an absolutely monster free kick, and Ryder Bandy looked like he turned into the thing out there. It was clobbering time for him. I mean, wow.
Brexit means Brexit, I guess. I guess so. But for those just tuning in, you are watching OHSAA Boys Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. He's Cooper Fontaine, and I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Marlington up 1-0 at the half, courtesy of a free kick goal from Iden Tate, the man of the ball right now for the Marlington Dukes, wearing number 10.
And a beautiful free kick it was. I mean, it just curled right up into that top corner.
Beautiful through ball in. Here's the chance. Whistle blows. And I don't think it's going to matter either way, but what a stop by Cole Pasco on the attempt from Ramos.
And like I was touching on a little bit there, Cole Pasco has been a huge factor here for the Aviators. He had a few great saves, but ultimately only one getting through, and it was an incredible one from Iden Tate.
Andy Frederick, he is still not on the pitch. He is trying to jog things out off to the side of the dugout. We will see if he does come back into this game or not. And I think a lot of that does hinge on how good or bad Marlington plays in the second half.
Yeah, ultimately, if they need someone to step up, if the Aviators can tie the game, I think they will look to him. He is a great leader on this team, and you can't help but feel for the Dukes if he does end up being injured and out for this game, or maybe even out for more than this game, as having him jog things out is it's not a great look, but it could always be worse.
And there's not too many games after this for the Marlington Dukes this season. One more road game in North Canton at Glen Oak, and then their final home game next Thursday against Nordonia, a game that we will be broadcasting live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Looking forward to that one. It's a 7 p.m. kickoff here at the Marlington Soccer Complex. Here's the chance, and once again, easily scooped up by Cole Pasco. And it is starting to get chilly and windy for that fact here at the Marlington Soccer Complex. Not really surprised at all to see the chilliness come out.
Yeah, we're slowly looming farther away from the summer heat that we have known all too well, at least on our soccer broadcast, as almost all of them have been in incredible weather, but definitely cooling down a bit here.
As it turns to October, get ready to learn jacket weather, buddy.
Yep.
It's going to be getting colder and colder. Then eventually we're going to get the snow days of basketball and hockey and probably some baseball as well, if last year was any indication.
Yeah, I recall one game in particular that I was watching, and that was the Alliance versus St. Vincent St. Mary's game. That game was wild.
Portage out in the snow. Good poke up the wing, but nobody home. And it'll be an easy job for Miller seeing that one back into a decent area as Siders is able to get a piece. Another heavy collision, and out of play it goes for a Marlington throw. Here comes the aggression. It's starting to get a lot more and more dicey here, if you will.
Yeah, both teams realized after the half, wait a minute, this is a rivalry game. We can't be all soft-handed and, can't be going light on the other team. And
here's Ramos, and that one is through the uprights and out of play for a goal kick. And one of our interns down below, he signals the extra point as well. That caught me off guard.
That was very funny. And although Andre Smith for the Browns has been looking better, week one, they might have wanted Ramos kicking the field goals out there.
But as you can see on your screen, we do have our sideline cam now in hand. Shout out to our 3 students from Channel 1022 for operating/switching tonight. Good tackle by Yanni, able to win it back, but he goes to ground. It's Shannon on the far side. The Dukes fans are loving it, but his cross has more to be desired as it will go out of play for a goal kick for Cole Pasco.
Yeah, you can hear the wind now on the microphone, but Jackson Yanni there playing some good defense until he kind of took a slip there, and in my mind, I can't help but blame the dirt fields. We've already talked about it a bit here. it is definitely a home field advantage for these Marlington Dukes.
And I mean, look at the huddle towers, too. Swaying in the wind. Hopefully they do not capsize. That's the hope. Shannon in the far corner for the Marlington Dukes, trying to battle in. Unable to do so on the first time of asking. And this time he is able to get past Jackson Masters. Jackson goes to ground. Nobody home in the middle. It's an excellent box out by Ryder Bandy. And the counter is on for the Alliance Aviators. Woods played in. Hoffman trying to box out. Hoffman able to turn a corner and get it past Parker. And the Dukes are able to dispel of the counterattack, at least for a moment. Calic intercepts in the middle.
And like you said, Jackson Masters there just eats it a little bit. I mean, it's got to be the dirt, the wind picking up. The elements here starting to take control of the game, and it's not really helping when you have two physical teams like this in a rivalry matchup either.
Beautiful ball in. Ganny able to keep his footing against Nichols. Nichols squares it in, trying to pick up Shannon, but Masters clears it out of the vicinity for a Marlington throw-in. But Ganny, his composure there, that is tremendous.
Yeah, I don't know how he was able to stay up, especially seeing how, the dirt field, as we come back to it, it's kind of like the roof on the Duke Dome. It's one of those environmental things here that makes Marlington so unique.
And our overhead cameraman today, Julian Rodriguez, has less than desirable things to say about the Duke Dome ceiling, as he is 6'4", 6'5", and it is not tall man approved up in the skybox. And he's shaking his head no, agreeing.
Yeah, just trying to cram people up there. I mean, myself included. I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'11", but still, you got to turn the head sideways a little bit.
Are you taller than me?
Maybe. I think I am. But, yeah, you got to turn the head sideways there a little bit or find a chair in the skybox there in the Duke Dome.
Definitely a great place, though, to watch a basketball game and a volleyball game. But I think for volleyball, our season is done there, at least for now. We will see if that does change or not. Playoffs, we know who is playing who for sports not called football Sunday. So we will decide our playoff coverage once that is announced. Tate whips it in off of Ganny's chest and cleared away by Reese.
Aiden Tate there with another great chance to make a goal contribution for the Dukes. But Ganny was there to make the deflection and get it out of play. Jackson Ganny's defense has been absolutely imposing and powerful today for the Alliance Aviators.
Excellent Cruyff turn there by Parker Woods. Pokes it through. D'Angelo Fisk trying to get on the end of it. Kept away from danger by Shoemaker. Now cutting back inside. Bandy is close, but there is the clearance. Calic able to pick it up. The Aviators starting to get a little bit more aggressive. Caden Calic trying to body his way through. Able to find an Aviator inside the 18-yard box. But once again, picked up by the Dukes. It's Tommy Miller, but won back by Taylor. Woods pokes it through, nobody home, and right back to his former teammate, Brock Swisher.
Two tall fellas there, Parker Woods and Brock Swisher. And like you said, former teammates, as Parker Woods was a former member of the Marlington soccer team. We mentioned it a few times. We're just happy to see that there's no bad blood between the organization and Parker Woods.
Beautiful through ball in by Ramos, picking up Shannon. Riley turning on the far side, deflected away by Jackson Masters on the shot. Shannon still has it on the far side for the Marlington Dukes. Two Marlington Dukes awaiting in the penalty area, now three. Here's the cross. Pasco gets in front of it and is able to pick it up.
I mean, Cole Pasco, that's probably the third or fourth time that we've seen him just dive for a ball and not afraid to get dirty, and he's not letting that free kick that was made by Aiden Tate really get to his head. And, he's staying calm and collected and able to make great plays.
Good challenge in the middle. Speaking of Aiden Tate, and here come the Dukes again. Beautiful through ball. It is Nichols inside the 18-yard box, looking for one final pass. Plays it to the back corner. Nobody home. Shannon the closest, and Riley will win the foot race to get the ball towards the corner flag. Jackson Masters the defense for the Alliance Aviators. Shannon pacing past him for a second, but an excellent slide tackle takes it back for the Aviators. And there is the clearance. Woods unable to trap. One back in the middle by Hoffman. And right back to Woods. Good ball forward, but picked up by Shoemaker. And that one deflection may have just saved Marlington a goal. That's impressive. Fisk plays it on through, trying to get it towards an Aviator. That is Taylor. Unable to get on the end of it. Bandy also in the area. But back to the Dukes. It's Ramos. Nichols close to it along with Shannon. And now it's Cole Pasco stepping in. The tempo is definitely picking up, I will say that.
Yeah, both teams want to win. Marlington wants to extend the lead. The Aviators want to get back into it. A little more pushing and shoving there. Extracurricular maybe. But play on, says the referee, and like we expected, it's getting a little chippy here.
And as well, make sure you tune in tomorrow on Boxcast TV or Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. It is going to be the Backyard Brawl for girls soccer live at the Rock Hill Soccer Complex at 7 p.m. And once again, it'll be Cooper and myself on the call. That'll be my first game of the year on Channel 1022. Could be the only one this year, as I believe Cooper, you, and DC, along with some others, are getting the opportunity to call games as play-by-play and color and all that over on the official channel. And then for games over here, as a part of a quote-unquote contracting thing, I get to do them with you, DC, and then a couple other guys. So glad to see it's working out. I'm glad to see all the opportunities all the way around. Good ball played inside that 18-yard box. We'll go back to that again in a minute. Nichols in the corner. Less than a half hour to go. Nichols pacing inside the 18-yard box. Goes near post. But Cole Pasco outsmarts the winger.
And like you said, I will be doing that game with myself and DC on Spectrum Channel 1022. And it's just been so great to have so many opportunities to work with great people, yourself, Shar's program at Spectrum Channel 1022. It's really just amazing.
Tomorrow you got me. Thursday, it's you and DC for Thomas Aquinas. And that'll be for the boys soccer team. So back-to-back-to-back days of soccer for you. Back-to-back for me. That looked like a handball from here. I think Patrick did get a mitt on it. They say no, and play will continue. Nichols up the wing. In the vicinity, it is Kager for the Alliance Aviators. It'll go out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Alliance. But right now, if you're the Aviators, you need to find something creative from your offense. And all you've seen is one good pass for a counter, but that counter quickly fizzles out. And as for the Dukes, with Frederick back on the ball, they need another goal. He is denied there. It's an excellent challenge, a clean challenge. And Frederick once again slow to get up, but this time a little more clear cut.
But Frederick back in the game, as we talked about it a little bit, as he was jogging it out. He did get a little shaken up and had to come out of the game in the first half. Glad to see him back on the field, but he does go down there, giving us a little bit of a scare. But ultimately, Dukes retain possession, another great opportunity for them.
And it'll be a corner poking it off of Kager. First corner of the second half, I do believe, for the Marlington Dukes. 27:50 on the clock in regulation. If this game is tied through the 80 minutes, it will end a tie. Ball played in Pasco. Excellent move, denies Frederick.
Pasco, again, just able to fall on it. And Pasco has made so many incredible plays for the Aviators today. But the scoreboard really doesn't reflect it, as the Aviators' offense hasn't been able to capitalize as much as they have wanted. And that one free kick just getting through, absolutely wow there from Aiden Tate. I still can't get over it.
That might be play of the season, honestly. I will give Jeremiah Thomas some credit for Friday's football touchdown. Both of them, actually. But I feel like play of the season could be a concept that we do explore once fall is done. And that is a clear free kick given to the Marlington Dukes. It might be too far out, but we did say that last time, and that's when Aiden Tate decided to prove us wrong and score.
Yeah, as I recall, I believe you did a performance of the year for basketball. J.R. Jackson being one of the nominees. I think play of the season could be good for soccer and football for sure.
And volleyball as well. Ball played in. It's a beautiful floater. Nichols the closest, but Pasco sees it out of play. Very nearly another great set piece. And here comes the triple change. It's Braced coming in along with Kern and Schutte. Fisk, he will come out along with Taylor and Patrick.
And Sander Kern.
So 2 chases and a D-Lo.
Sounds like an amazing boy band.
That's what I was about to say, like a band right there. 2 chases and a D-Lo.
I think I might have to go down there and talk to him after the game, make something happen out of that.
Kind of like Richard Jefferson when he had his music when he was with the Cavs.
Richard Jefferson, man. Now
What a
here's
name.
a guy.
Bandy too heavy of a touch up the near wing. Gets a poke on it. Hoffman able to keep his composure. Braced with a light poke. And it's a give and go with him and Bandy. They will give advantage to the Aviators. Calick forward. Nobody home. And there is the clearance for the Marlington Dukes. Frederick gets ahead on it. Masters light tap with the head. And now it is Jackson. Little Bro getting the ball out of the vicinity for A-Town. Braced pokes it up. It's Shoemaker guiding it to safety. and Swisher is able to pick it up.
And with Shoemaker and Swisher coming in close quarters there, a slight misplay, and you have a great opportunity to score there for Jacob Schutte.
Beautiful header on through Nichols along with Frederick there, and Frederick pokes it in. He is clearly okay, and there is the brace for the Marlington Dukes. Nicely done by Andy Frederick, denied earlier, but denied no longer.
Too cold, Andy Fredericks. The celebration just pops it over Cole Pasco, who was trying to come off his line and make the play, but just a jumble there inside the 18-yard box, and that one sneaks through.
And you saw it on the replay. Now it's back on my phone. That is just a nice touch forward. A cold finish for the true number 9. And we're playing it up the wing and right out of play.
And again, you know, you think, like you said, incredible touch there, quality than it is from the Dukes. I think Cole Pasco makes that save. This has been 2 tough goals against Cole Pasco, as he's been blocking everything else out.
You have to work for everything against a shot stopper like him, and same with Brock Swisher as well. A heavy throw and just past everybody. Potentially another handball there. Woods poked on through, trying to get on the end of it. Alliance, they need one to get back in it. Woods, he is triple teamed. He will take the shots, but right to his former teammate once again. When you play with a guy like Brock Swisher, he knows your every move. Last year, it was for good. Now for Parker Woods, it is for a negative.
Yeah, and Parker Woods showing off the fancy footwork there, just in and out of a few defenders, taking the shot, and ultimately, I don't hate that. I think if he could curl it a little more, or maybe put it over Brock, that might be a goal. Parker Woods, he has the skill, but ultimately just falling a little bit short on that
and
goal
Ganny, a
opportunity.
heavy follow through. They will say no foul, play on. The Aviators potentially getting lucky on that far side. Excellent physicality, yes, but there might become a time that it becomes limited, and we do see a penalty given. We saw 2 on Thursday night against Louisville for the Aviators. Nichols able to pace on through. Beautiful ball in to the back post. And the closest Duke was TJ Guess. And he will see this one towards the far touchline. And there comes the flag. And it'll be possession for, I think they pointed in favor of Marlington, and there it is.
And this could be dangerous for them again. A chance to go up 3-0 here. That might spell disaster for the Aviators. But ultimately, this is a tough and resilient Aviator squad. I think 2-0 is manageable for them.
But 3, that might be it.
Might be the dagger.
And especially with 23 minutes left to go, there it is. Frederick maybe got a piece for the header. Nichols somehow keeps it alive on the second attempt. Still in, but there it is, officially blown dead. I thought it was, but that's the definition of playing through the whistle.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to be able to play through the whistle.
And I'm just a big fan of the way that Alliance has carried themselves in this game. And same with Marlington. Not complacent. Easily, a team like this can say, hey, we've beaten Alliance every year since 2013. And since their principal's son was 4. Putting that into perspective, this could be a game they take off. Not at all. And they want a third here. But I do feel like Marlington, this is a team that can go very far in the playoffs. District final was their ceiling last year, losing to Lake Catholic, a very good team out in Mentor.
Subs for Marlington.
I'm not going to say they can compete with Lake Catholic quite yet, but I think they give Lake Catholic a game, at least a decent game, and they might win it.
Yeah, especially with the way they've been playing this season. I mean, absolutely incredible. Like you said, they had that great game against Revere, and Revere, did they played in the state title? Did they win though?
They've won a couple recently. I don't know if they won last year or not offhand.
I was going to say, I know they've won a couple, and that's always a competitive team right there.
Another great challenge. Ganny clearing the area for a moment.
Jackson Ganny's defense today has been absolutely great, despite the scoreboard. But, I mean, Jackson Ganny, the physicality, he has it, but hasn't turned into much for the Aviators.
I feel like he has the definition of a gutsy performance. And here's a chance for a third. Takes a deflection, and it'll go out of play for a corner. And we will see a double change for the Alliance Aviators. It is going to be D'Angelo Fisk, and then the man on our preview graphic, Carson Smith, coming in for the first time.
Carson Smith, I talked to him before the game.
Tell us the story, please.
Not in warm-ups, but in chemistry class, and he asked me, he says, Cooper, why is my picture on SmeeSports graphic? I'm not going to play today, he says, but he comes in with 20 minutes left in the second half.
Ball played in beautifully to the center of the 6-yard box, poked away. Siders anchors on the top of the box, an interesting move. There's another deflection. I believe Smith did get a piece of that one. Bandy trying to box through. He will lose it. It's Riley Shannon. That time off of Lincoln Masters. And Ganny with the clearance because why not again for Jackson Ganny?
And a huge play there by Lincoln Masters. Tukis just getting the nice deflection.
Another good piece of physicality. It's clean. It's all ball. I'm absolutely loving the physicality from both teams so far tonight. Beautiful ball roll inside the 18-yard box. It is sensational. They will give it. And that is the third goal of the night for the Marlington Dukes. And the third might be the most pure. My goodness, TJ Guess. He takes all the guesswork out of that one.
TJ Guess, I mean, that was a fantastic play. Spinning around. He looked like a ballerina out there. And then he takes the shot, and it is pure, to say the least. I mean, wow.
And there it is on the line. It goes in. No argument there from the Aviators.
Yeah, off that top bar, I mean, absolutely incredible. Again, if you're Cole Pasco, there's basically nothing you can do there.
Nothing at all. Frederick, Tate, and Guess, each with goals. Marlington, they want more. It's Shannon. Pokes it deep in the 18-yard box. The chant missed time. That one coming from Coleman. He goes down. They say play on. The Dukes, I think, wanted a penalty given. They don't get it.
And
Kern on the far side loses it, and it's back to the Dukes. Their fans, they are in it. Their players, they are in it. The students are in it. Everybody for Marlington tonight is in it.
And Carson Smith just tells Coleman, hey, hit the weight room, buddy. And like you said, the Dukes thought maybe should have been a foul there, but the refs disagree.
And they want that cherry on top with still 20 minutes to go. It's Guess, a hefty lunge, not enough to get it away from him. And why not get through two Aviators? A chance here for Shannon trying to break through, but doesn't have the touch of TJ Guess on that attempt, as it'll go out of play, and possession will go back to the Alliance Aviators. But TJ Guess on the ball tonight, he has been so technical, it has been fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the foot skill. He's got the handles. You got to think, how good would he be on the basketball court? I know it's not basketball, but you look at it, just under 19 minutes left, 3 goals for the Marlington Dukes, 3 of the best goals I think I've seen this season. I mean, it has been absolutely amazing to watch this game so far for the Marlington Dukes, especially you have to be very happy about it coming from the perspective of the Marlington Dukes against such a great goalie like Cole Pasco. To have 3 goals that you've seen so far, I mean, wow.
And I believe next Thursday, I'm pretty sure that is still a game that we are keeping on the schedule. We will have to see. It obviously becomes the flex season where if there's another game that is more important with storylines or whatnot, it does take place. But if so, one more game against the Nordonia Knights, a winnable game. It'll be a fun one. Do not miss it. That is the place to be next Thursday, October 9th. But now 18 minutes left to play. Marlington up by 3, and that one as well is through the uprights. And out of play for a goal kick. And as well out of the facility.
No signal from our intern referee there this time. There it is. Smee.
I'll give it.
Smee gives the signal, and all is well in the Marlington soccer complex.
But looking ahead to our broadcast schedule this week, a very interesting one. Tomorrow, it's on Channel 1022, the Backyard Brawl. Join myself and Cooper Fontaine on the call at 7 p.m. That is the girls' soccer edition. Thursday, yes, we're taking a day off. It has happened before, and it will happen again, ladies and gentlemen. Then on Friday, game 1 of 2 for high school football this week. It is the Minerva Lions taking on the Salem Quakers. Then on Saturday, our final edition of Saturday Night Lights. It is going to be Holy Name and Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. Both have 6:15 pregame and 7 p.m. kickoff. Actually, no. On Friday, it is 6 p.m. because 6:40 it is going to be the Minerva Athletic Hall of Fame introductions and enshrinement. So we will have coverage of that as well, as we are technically the home broadcast for Minerva for that game. But that'll wrap up the first kind of half week of October. And nothing on Sunday. Then we go to Wednesday. That'll be Minerva and New Philly girls soccer. Next Thursday, we're back here. It's Nordonia and Marlington boys soccer. Then on Friday, why not some high school football for Marlington as they take on Minerva. And that'll take us past the regular season for volleyball and soccer and into the postseason where it is kind of a downtime until the middle of November. Obviously, still some football in there on Friday nights, but then middle of November, it is going to be hockey season. Then before you know it, back to basketball we go. Crazy to think, though, that we are nearly done with fall sports coverage. I believe tonight is broadcast maybe 29 of the fall, and 30 will be on Friday. I could be wrong with that official number, but very close to it.
Yeah, and fall sports coming to an end. It's very sad because fall sports, those are some of my favorite sports. You got soccer, football, cross country, which I know is a little underappreciated, but as a cross country runner, I have so much love for cross country.
Ramos' attempt deflected. Coleman in the middle. Now Siders intercepted. D'Angelo Fitz getting a piece. Coleman slipping it through. Now Ramos. And the Dukes now playing the possession game. They know what they've done so far. They want to win this one with possession just to see this one out. If a fourth goal comes, it comes. If not, they're more than content with this win by 3.
That time Jackson braced it. Too little. Not him, but his defender, rather, as he puts him down in the dirt. A very physical game, as we've mentioned. It's slowing down a little bit as the gap widens, as the Dukes do lead 3-0 with 15 minutes left in this game. Still, though, the scoreboard might not reflect it. It has been very competitive from the Alliance Aviators.
And just like on Thursday night at Rock Hill, a very good night for viewership. So we thank you all for joining us, whether you are here for the Alliance Aviators, the Marlington Dukes, or watching this matchup as a neutral. And as always, you can catch this game in a few weeks live on replay if you are within city limits in Alliance, Ohio on channel 1022. And that is a Spectrum channel. So for those in city limits, make sure you come and rewatch the game along with our entire gallery of games, including games officially on the channel, along with other content that will air, as there is a lot of great things going on in the city of Alliance at this time of year.
Jackson Brasted subbed out, and Sherban Mandan subbed in. He's got a big leg. You can see it. Maybe they take some long-range shots here for the Aviators.
Something needs to change. They need something creative here. The Dukes, they still want their fourth, and they are getting close. Smith with the chance. And Pasco sees that one out. As well for Mount Union football, things have been going very well for them. Homecoming game on Saturday. I will not be there, as obviously I'll be up in the Cleveland area for Holy Name football. But it's Otterbein coming in, and Mikey Maloney, the man of the hour. If you're in the area, go to Karras Stadium. Go watch number, I think, 15 still for Mount Union. Look out. Mikey Maloney is insane. Excellent tackle on the far side. That time coming from Chase Patrick. Ball whipped into the 18-yard box. Coleman missed times, and there is the hefty leg of Jackson Ganny with the clearance.
Yeah, and Patrick with the tackle there, looking for a little revenge as Carson Smith got shoved down there, it looks like, but a beautiful tackle there by Chase Patrick.
Down to the final 13 minutes and 20 seconds of regulation. We did start this one early, but at 7:15, we're in line to be done at around 7:30. A very quick finish to this one. One of the quicker games this season that we have seen, but not a bad thing. The action, it has been here, and we have seen pretty much all we need to for this matchup. And there is the foul given as Patrick is taken down.
Yeah, no real stoppages of time so far. It has been a quick one, but it's still been action-packed.
And I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but running on 4.5 hours of sleep, I am not minding a quick one here as Sports After Dark, supposed to be 1 hour, went until 12:30, so 2 hours last night on 91.1 WRMU. Longer than expected, but still glad to be out here calling this one a beautiful night. As Green Day says, wake me up when September ends, and September ends in less than 5 hours. And I'm sure if you're on social media, you have seen that exact reel and that audio come up quite a lot over the past couple of days.
It's crazy to think that we're almost entering this winter season. I know we talked about it already with fall sports coming to a close. It's nearly a playoff season. It is time for playoff baseball, and the Guardians today.
Don't get me started.
Okay, I won't.
That was a tough one. But a chance for redemption tomorrow at 1, and same on Thursday if needed.
But it's a great time for sports right now. It's playoffs all around. Basketball is about to start up. I mean,
Subs for Marlington.
Once again, hockey's in there too.
Hockey.
Not out here, though, and same with lacrosse. And I will give my gripe with lacrosse. Come on, EBC, let's get some lacrosse. Come on, man. I'm yearning for some Stark County lacrosse. Big lacrosse guy. I do the Mount games. I do Holy Name. Holy Name, they just had a program legend and Pete Rose leave the program after 4 years of great play. Come on. I know it's not going to happen anytime soon, but let's get lacrosse going. Flag football starting. Let's get some lacrosse in there as well.
Yeah, unfortunately for a lot of these EBC schools, I don't know if that's in the budget, unfortunately.
Just a Fed thing for now.
Yeah, but fall sports, I mean, you gotta love fall sports and winter sports.
All the sports.
Yeah. I don't watch hockey as much as I should, as someone who calls myself an avid sports watcher. But
Nichols getting loose on the far side. Ganny defending, and he will play that one down the wing and out of play, and it'll be a Marlington throw-in. The Dukes have controlled this game. We had a close one for the opening 35 minutes. Aiden Tate then with the wonder strike puts the Marlington Dukes on the board. Frederick then gets the brace. Then TJ Guest, the cherry on top. The technical ability, the finish, the drive, the determination. The kitchen sink and more for the Marlington Dukes tonight. They won by 1 last year against Alliance on the road this year. At least by 3 as things stand with 10:15 on the clock in regulation.
yeah, but I mean, just 2 play of the year candidates so far. I would gesture, 2 incredible goals, but that's what you got to bring when you're playing against Cole Pasco and this Alliance Aviators squad.
And that'll go out of play for a corner. And as well, we really didn't mention it, but I believe it was September 21st. So over a week ago, that was the first game that we did here at SmeeSports for Marlington with Channel 1022. So I guess happy 1-year anniversary, Marlington. I think we celebrate that a little bit. Corner played into the middle of the 6-yard box, poked away by Pasco. Talon Siders on the end of it, plays it out to the wing. Logan Smith. Smith, another nice cross. Ganny on the end of it. Siders for the Marlington Dukes takes a settle touch, and that one once again through the uprights.
Yep, and there's another field goal. The Marlington Dukes, they got to think, do we have a few more football kickers on our hands here? At least with the way things have gone today. And I poke and I prod, but too many of those have found the back of the net for the Dukes as they are up 3-0 with 9 minutes left.
And with that, they are officially 9 minutes away from winning the EBC outright. Nichols intercepts, plays it to the center. Coleman gets a light touch and right into the midst of Pasco. But an undefeated 5-0 EBC season. Last year denied of the outright title, and that left a sour taste in their mouth. And they are getting closer and closer to celebrating that title against their rivals. And I mean fall sports. It's Marlington dancing on Alliance. It happens every year with volleyball over at Harry Field Gymnasium in the regional tournaments. It's going to happen here again tonight as well. That shot from Smith deflected. Still loose. Coleman fighting for it on the far wing. Able to take it back for the Dukes, and it'll be seen away by Smith.
And that's exactly what I was going to say is winning outright, something the Dukes could not close away last year as those pesky Aviators made them share the title. Oh, little slippage there, but the Alliance Aviators, always a pesky squad in the EBC, regardless of the sport.
And we do not have any score updates from the West Branch game. Loose ball, a chance for the Aviators to get back in it. Here's the chance. It is wide of Swisher, but it is off the post. And I feel like that epitomizes how this game has gone for the Alliance Aviators tonight.
Great shot attempt there by Schutte. Snuck it past Swisher. It's not an easy thing to do.
And I think they're saying he saved it.
Wow. If he got a finger on that, that is just incredible. But it just skims.
I think he did.
Wow. Just skims past that left post. I say it so much. Soccer is a game of inches. We saw it earlier. The amazing shot, I believe it was by TJ Guest that bounced off of that top crossbar. If that's just placed a few inches higher, it bounces upwards rather than down. It really is a game of inches. Schutte, nearly a great goal there for the Aviators against a great goalie.
And the crazy thing, Swisher, 8 clean sheets this year. In 7 minutes, now less than that, could get number 9. And this is game number 15.
Goodness gracious. I mean,
Nearly a clean sheet in 2 out of every 3 games played. That is absurd.
him and Cole Pasco. Cole Pasco doesn't have the same numbers as him, but still, the saves that he makes are definitely on the same level as Brock Swisher.
But this is the most amount of goals that Alliance has allowed in a game this year. Before tonight, it was 2. Their biggest margin of a loss was 2-0 at Canton Central. Right now, it is 3, and that would be more obviously. There's the chance for Iden Tate, and once again, it is out of the facility.
And that one's good from, I'd say about 23 yards. But, again, not football.
Exact measurements now.
I'm just guesstimating.
Are we using some StatCast numbers here?
Yeah, we got AWS right now.
Oh, that would be nice.
Coming up on my screen.
And speaking of acronyms, my ABS still not fixed. I think I'm going to keep saying that until everything's fixed with that car. It's frustrating, yes, but we're making it work, and we're still getting you some games. Maybe not as much as we'd like at this point, but still getting you some quality games like tonight. And I'm sure that is more than enough for the fans at home. At least I hope it is. And we hope that you have enjoyed this game, whether you are watching for Marlington Alliance or as a neutral. Potentially, if you look at the games that are still yet to be played for these teams, if you're watching for Thomas Aquinas, Garfield, Streetsboro, Glen Oak, or Nordonia, we also welcome you in. And Nordonia, we will see you next Thursday. Once again, a little plug for that. And as well, thank you to our lone broadcast sponsor tonight, Heather Prince of Howard Hanna, for bringing you tonight's broadcast. Beautiful solo run by the Marlington Dukes. Here is their chance for number 4. Beautiful curl and saved by Cole Pasco again. And that time he is able to deny Cowden.
Only 5 minutes left, but Cole Pasco, he does not care. I mean, he just got on it. Like you said, a beautiful curl there, but he's able to read it and just deflect it out of bounds. And it looks like right before that goal went in, Sander Kern for the Aviators took a tumble.
And there it is, once again on my phone, just seeing that.
It's got to be the grass.
But going back to that curl, that's a beautiful shot and an even better save from Cole Pasco. Now down in the final 4.5 minutes. It's a short corner, loose ball inside the 6-yard box. Woods trying to clear, pushes down a Duke. It's clean, and something is said there. And you saw that close exchange, I'm sure. Don't know what was said there. It could be just some pleasantries, but that did not look too nice from up here, at least.
Yeah, the extracurricular.
That's just the tail of the tape of how tonight has gone, really. It's Parker Woods. Tips it forward, and another late chance, but cleared away by the Marlington Dukes. This has been a dream performance for them tonight. If you would have said 3-0, 2 wonder strikes, and an excellent tap in from Andy Frederick, and Andy Frederick, who came up lame at the end of the first half, coming back in and showing that he's okay, they would have ripped your arm off for this result. And, well, they are officially 3.5 minutes away from getting it. Make sure you do stick with us after our final commercial break, as we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports. A lot of good candidates tonight, and I think it's a 4-man race, and we'll see who ends up getting those honors. I do have a slight idea of who I would lean towards, but Cooper and I will have our civil discourse, with civil being an optional term in there, to decide who is winning player of the game honors.
Yeah, it's hard because, as you mentioned, 2 wonder strikes, and wonder strikes indeed. They were incredible, especially to be able to sneak them past the incredible Cole Pasco. I mean, TJ Guess with the footwork, and then the nasty goal just off the top crossbar. And then the Iden Tate free kick that was beautifully placed. I mean, it's going to be hard to decide if you ask me.
But luckily, we do have a few minutes to decide. And if one of them does get another, that makes our job a lot easier. Good deflection once again by Jackson Ganny. Obviously, on the losing team, he is not getting player of the game, but Jackson Ganny deserves his flowers tonight, as he has been very active on defense. Cole has made some saves, but without Jackson, Cole would have had to do maybe triple the work.
And you think about it, if this game goes a few different ways, maybe Marlington doesn't make the incredible shots that they take, it could be a 1-0 game. And if Jackson Ganny doesn't make a lot of the plays that he makes, it could be a 5-0 game.
Here's the shot and save by Pasco. Calic slow to get up on the far side, and it looks like it is a right leg injury.
And that is a bad omen for the Aviators. Calic, the senior, trying to follow in his older brother Quinn's footsteps.
I think you sub him out here. I think just given the result right now, 2 minutes left, you can't risk it. And I think the clock will stop here. And it does with 1:51 left to go. Just an awful sight for the Alliance Aviators. We saw him go down on the far side, and once again, I do think it's the turf monster getting him.
Yeah, he's reaching a little high. Dirt monster, rather, I would say. Could be a aggravation of the quad or hamstring, but it looks like he's staying in.
And we'll see how long he can last.
Oh,
And now we're adding time back, and
here comes Jace Jones to replace him, and
you have to make that move.
yeah, you don't want a leader of your team to play the last 2 minutes injured.
And speaking of a leader of the team not playing the final 2 minutes, there is Aiden Tate subbing out for the final time tonight. What a performance from Aiden Tate. You got to give him credit, too.
Yeah, he got it started for the Dukes. He definitely got the ball rolling. Like we said, I think I've used that metaphor one too many times this game.
2 minutes.
But
2 minutes left in the half.
he started the momentum in favor of the Dukes, and once it started, it really did not stop for them.
And Marlington, they will improve to 11-1-3 on the year. Alliance falling to 7-4-3. And now they will have as many wins as they have losses and draws combined.
Yeah, and you think about it, the draws. I think that's the big takeaway for the Aviators. 3 draws all in a row.
And now that makes Thursday's game a must-win one if you want a home game. That would put you at 8-4-3, and I think that does get you a home game if Coach Lepley wants to choose it. As for Marlington, they get a bye if they want it, easily. And they have a chance to potentially host 2 playoff games, back-to-back. And then a regional final, or district final, rather, on the road.
And speaking of playoff games, with football playoffs around the corner, you got to think the Alliance Aviators, currently 5-1, I do believe. Do they end up hosting a playoff game?
Yes, I think so, honestly. I've been in Division III for a long time with Holy Name, and I've seen the landscape. I think if they take care of business, if you lose the West Branch, you lose the West Branch. Beat everybody else. 8-2, yeah, you're hosting.
And that's exactly where my mind was going. West
Denman
Branch.
Kenston, maybe. That'd be a game. And if Benedictine comes in, oh my goodness, that would be an even better game.
And again, like that's where I was going with the West Branch game. That's definitely winnable for them. We've seen the way that they perform under pressure against Streetsboro, a team who was ranked much higher than them. They really just stepped on the gas pedal and did not let off against those Rockets. I think it's definitely a winnable game. I think the Aviators, it's possible that they come away with the EBC, and if not, definitely second place for them.
And speaking of the EBC, as the countdown begins, the Marlington Dukes will be your 2025 EBC Conference champions, undisputed and undefeated. There are the roars from down below. At full time, it is the Dukes getting the win 3-0 over their noisy neighbors, the Alliance Aviators. Congrats to Marlington, outright conference champs, 5-0. Last year they split it. This year they're taking all of the spoils for themselves. And honestly, Cooper, they have earned it tonight.
Yeah, especially with those 3 incredible goals, might I add. I mean, it was a hard-fought battle for them against the Aviators defense, Jackson Ganny and Cole Pasco being 2 huge contributors on that side of the ball for the Aviators. Ultimately, the Aviators just coming up a little bit short as, like you call them, the wonder strikes for these Marlington Dukes have been pivotal for their win against the Aviators to take the EBC.
But Marlington, what a performance. 1 loss on the year, and that is to Warren Howland, a Howland team that is top 50 in the state and top, I believe, 150 in the country. And you see it on your screen potentially down below. Parker Woods, the embrace with the coaching staff of Marlington. There is no love lost there. But you see it now, the Marlington Dukes, they are going to go to their home faithful. They're going to slide towards them, and they are going to slide into yet another Eastern Buckeye Conference Championship. 3-0 your final at the Marlington Soccer Complex. We will step aside one final time and hear a word from our sponsors as you are listening to OHSAA Boys Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to the Marlington Soccer Complex. 3-0 your final. Marlington are your undefeated 2025 Eastern Buckeye Conference champions, and your player of the game presented by SmeeSports. It has to go to Aiden Tate, the man who put the Dukes on the board first. He set the stage, he set the tempo, and he helped lead Marlington to victory. One loss on the year, 11-1-3. The Marlington Dukes, Cooper, they are legit.
Yeah, absolutely legit, just like you said. And Aiden Tate, I like the way you put it, setting the tempo. That free kick was an absolute banger. I mean, he put it right out of reach of Cole Pasco. I think if he doesn't set the tone there for the Dukes, they don't catch fire as fast as they do, score those 3 goals in this, or at least the 2 in the second half. And I think the Aviators make it a much more competitive game and possibly even win. But Aiden Tate definitely, like you said, setting the tone, making it a much easier game to win for the Marlington Dukes.
And the storyline of tonight, Parker Woods making his first return to Marlington. 1 out of 5 games guaranteed this year against the Dukes. The first one goes to the old school. Still 2 more in basketball and 2 more in baseball for him to make amends. But tonight, it is an orange night for Marlington and an orange night for the city of Alliance, Ohio. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter, along with SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn. As well, go down below and subscribe. There is no added cost, but it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we serve the Cleveland and Stark County areas. As well, information is on your screen on how you can become a broadcast sponsor. Thank you to Heather Prince of Howard Hanna for bringing us today's broadcast as a broadcast sponsor. We need more sponsors, as DC put in a very eloquent and long-winded fashion on Friday. It's absolutely true. We need more sponsors. Minerva and Alliance, those are our 2 big communities in Stark County. We want to feature your businesses. We want to give you great advertising, and we want to give you the opportunity to support your local athletes in this way. It's a one-of-a-kind thing that you can do out here. Not many video broadcasts, so why not join on with us? Still a few more years out here, so now is the time to join on. It's affordable rates, it's affordable advertising, and you get right to your target market. As for the rest of the games this week, Friday and Saturday, it is Friday night and Saturday night lights, 6:15 pregame on Saturday, 7 p.m. kickoff, and then same time for kickoff, 7 p.m. on Friday, but 6 p.m. pregame, as it is Minerva and Salem on Friday. And then to round out the week, Holy Name and CVCA football up at Brooklyn. Should be 2 interesting games, a lot of good runners, a lot of great talents, and all the way around, 2 great games for high school football. And that'll then, after this week, leave us with 2 more games in high school football. Minerva Marlington on the 10th, and then it is the Parma Holy War, Holy Name Padua on the 24th to round out the regular season. And then from there, we could have some playoff games potentially for the Alliance Aviators, maybe for Holy Name. We will see where the wind blows us once the playoffs are here. But right now, the focus is finishing out the regular season with a lot of great games. But that'll do it for us here at the Marlington Soccer Complex. One final time, congratulations to the Marlington Dukes, your 2025 EBC champions, undefeated with a 5-0 record, getting the win tonight 3-0 over the Alliance Aviators. He's Cooper Fontaine, and I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Alliance, Ohio. And we will see you again on Friday for some more exciting OHSAA action, as this has been OHSAA Boys Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you again next time.